Hello, in this programming video we are going to look at the conditional if statement. So the if statement allows us to check for some condition and based on that condition run a piece of code. So if I create a couple of numbers, so var num1 equals 67 for example, now var num2 equals, actually 1 is fine, 1 will get the job done. And there we go. I deleted too many stuff. To do an if statement, you just do if, you put your condition inside, and this will use the relational operators and potentially logical operators as well that I've covered in a separate video. Recommend checking them out. So num1, so if num1 is, let's say, equal to 100, curly braces, if it's equal to 100, it'll run whatever code is in here. So if I do print line, and I'll say it is equal to 100, what do you think we're going to get? We get nothing because it isn't equal to 100. So let's say change that to 67. We know the number is equal to 67. It'll say it is, well, equal to 100, even though it should be 67. Okay, so that's pretty simple stuff. Again, in here you can have any relation operators. You can mix and match them with logical operators that I've already covered. But if you want to check for multiple conditions, so like afterwards, so if this returns false, maybe you want to check for something else. So else if, you do else if, and now the same thing. So let's say if num1 is equal to 50, it is equal to 50. And you can have as many of these else ifs as you want. So num1, let's say equal to 9. And if I run that now, let's see what we get. So I just say it is equal, it should be it is equal to 67. If I were to change this to 9, for example, what it does, or I'll show you the result and then I'll explain it. It gives us 9, or it is equal to 9. So it says, does num1 equal 67? No, this returns false. Does num1 equal 50? No. So it does it sequentially in a linear order. Then it says, does num1 equal 9? Yes. So it runs whatever code is in between the curly braces. Only one of these at any given time can, equate to true, unless the conditions are the same, which there's no reason why you would have multiple branches. If you want a default, so if all conditions fail, run this code, so some sort of fallback, you can do that by putting else, curly braces. Because there's no condition, you don't put the brackets. And in here, just do whatever code you want. I'm just doing one line of code. You can do whatever you want. You could go crazy. And say default statement. So if I run that, we get it is still equal to 9. But if I change this to 90, for example, so we aren't checking for 90, it will just default to the default else statement. Okay, so there's one other thing I want to show you, and it is this. In Kotlin, there's another unique way of using if statements. So if I create a variable, for example, and I call it result, we can assign it to the if statement if the if statements return something. So if I were to, I'm actually going to comment out this. We don't just get multiple printouts, and I'm also going to print out result as well, and the last statement in each sort of branch is the result that is returned and assigned to this variable. So if I put a string here, I'll say 67, and maybe I'll do the same here, and I'll say 50. So the last statement is the return value. It doesn't have to be a string, it could be a number, that's fine as well. I'll say default, and let's see what we get. So it says default statement default because this is the last statement in this branch that it went into, and that is what's returned to this right here. So this is a pretty unique way of doing things. This is unique to Kotlin. I don't know any other programming languages that's done it. It might be, in other languages, but generally speaking, this is pretty unique. It's pretty cool as well. If you have any questions, feel free to pop me a message. And as usual, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.